Hey everyone, this is Angie Stampin' with Amore. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing this Easter bag. So look how cute this is. I use the designer series paper on the sides, and look at this little bunny on here. I love this stamp set. It's so fun, and I'll put a little opening like an Easter egg on the front. And I love see-through bags that you can see what's inside. If you've been around long, you already know that. But yeah, so this is what I'm sharing today. It's a good size. It is 4 3/4 inches tall, 3 1/4 inches wide, and it's 1 1/2 inches deep this way. So yeah. All right, everyone. We are going to get started here. So what we're going to use for this is, of course, the Storybook Friends. So I'm using the Storybook Friends just for the sentiment and our little bunny here. You can put any of these bunnies on there. They're so darn cute, but he's tall, so that's why I wanted to make him. And then it has the die as well, which is in here. And this has a bunch of frames. I don't know if you've all have seen the insides of this. I don't know if I showed it before, but look at all these beautiful frames. I actually thought about using one of these, but I thought it'd be too overwhelming on this box. So I am using some different dies for that. So that's the Storybook Friends, and the dies that I'm using are from a couple different sets here. Let me scoot these out of the way. And I am using the Textured Notes, but this Textured Notes is for the outside, but if you don't have these, you can just cut the square out or the rectangle out, and I'll tell you the size of that in just a little bit. But the thing about these, they have such pretty borders around the edges, and it really makes the box. But you probably can't see it close up here, but all the way around it's got a border, and I did do the back because of that border. It's so pretty. So yeah, but I'll tell you the size here in a minute. And then I'm using the framed scenes, and I am using that just for the smaller oval that goes with this. I'll show you the dies here. So it's this die right here. It goes in this group as well. And then I'm using this scalloped one, and that one's from the Unbounded Love. And if you actually want to cut out an oval, you can use this one as well, but you can't use it to cut out this little frame here. So that's why I'm using this one. I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get to that part. So that's all the things I'm using. Everything will be listed on my blog and in the inspiration sheet. And then this is our little, to cut our little bunny. So first thing we're gonna do is stamp and cut our bunny. You know, I always do that first. We're gonna stamp the sentiment as well. We're going to use some Memento black ink because I'm using my Ohuhu markers. So I'm going to stamp him right there. And I guess I'll turn it and use this space right here for the sentiment. But I'm going to use my VersaFine here because it's so crisp and clear. Got a piece of my dog hair on there. I'm going to just stamp that. Look how nice that stamps, and it's so dark and clear. I love that VersaFine. Alright, so that is what we're using for that. I'm going to go ahead and cut the Easter greetings out, and I'm going to leave a little space on the end here because we're going to flag that end. Just do a little, these scissors are not the best to be flagging with, but since I already got them in my hands here, I like my little ones better. It's just easier to cut them. Alright, so there's our sentiment. Set that aside, and we're going to color our little bunny here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in. By the way, I still have a Ohuhu marker tutorial coming up here soon.
And I am going to be using, for those of you who have these, I'll just run off the letters right here. R20, YR110, E170, E240, E220, YR190, and YR4. And these two are for his little bow that we're going to put on here, but this is what we're using for our bunny. All right, so I'm going to start off with my lightest color, and I'm just going to color him. Actually, that's not the one I want to use. This is the one. Yeah. So I'm going to just go ahead and color by his ears. Oh, I didn't zoom. Yeah, I did. Let me zoom you in a little more so you can see it better. And then I'm just going to go around where I think there may be some kind of shadowing. Here, under here. And to go around the edges a little bit. I've been doing some little lessons and stuff. Oh, there's a lot to it. Yeah, I'm trying to get better at the shading and coloring and everything. So then next I'm going to take my next darkest color, and we are going to go ahead and go over that part. I'm going to do it a little bit less, not quite as wide. And we're just going to continue coloring this guy. I'm just going to do the end there. And then we're going to do the darkest. And again, I'm just going to go around the edge here. I'm using my little bullet point for this part because I don't want it to be too dark. Except for where I think there might be a little bit of a shadow. I do a little bit up here. And then we're going to go back with the lightest color. And I am going to just color him all in here. Every time I do it, y'all, it looks different, but that's okay. We're going to do up here on his ears. And then I used this pinkish color, but I'm not sure I want to do this again. I'm going to use this for his ears. I'm going to do like that, and then I'm going to do some for his little cheeks here. And then I think I'm going to leave it white this time. I did it that pinkish color before, but I didn't like it as well. So I'm just going to grab a little bit more of the darker, and I'm going to just do like right here by his nose. And just go over a little bit of the darker. I think I'm going to leave him just like that. He's adorable. I'm going to leave him just like that. All right, let's do his bow tie here. I'm just going to use this darker for his bow tie. And then I'm just going to grab the lighter one and fill it in a little bit here. Just like that. Look how cute he is. Isn't he so cute? Look at, I'll put him up a little bit closer. He's so adorable. I love this bunny. All right, I'm going to zoom you back out. And I'm going to take him to the cut and emboss. I'm going to cut him out. And then we'll be back with the box, or the bag, I should say. And one thing I have to show you is how I cut out the window. All right, let's run him through and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have him all ready to go. He's so adorable. I love this little bunny. All right, so we are gonna I'm gonna show you what I'm using for this. So here are the two pieces that I cut. And these pieces are 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So if you just want to cut them to size, you can do that. But like I said, I love the border around it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to mat it. And the two pieces for matting are 2 3/4 by 4 3/8. And y'all, you don't have to write these down. They're in the inspiration sheet, but I always like to go over them. And then for the sides of the bag, it's going to be 12 by 2 1/2. And then the window sheet is 2 by 2 1/2. So I'm going to set that window sheet. It's hard to see, so I need to set those aside where I can grab it real quick. All right, so I'm going to use my wet glue. Lately, I've been having problems with this nozzle clogging. You can see it's doing it again. And I just took it all apart and I cleaned it all. So I'm not understanding why this is happening. It hasn't happened before. But let me grab my seal and put it on this side because the glue is not coming out. All right, then we're going to put this one on. And I am going to grab my cut and emboss, and I'm going to grab these two dies, and I'm going to cut out the center. I'm going to use this one. I'm putting it down a little bit further. I'm not putting it exactly in the center. And I'm going to use a little bit of mint tape and center it as best as you can. And I'm going to go ahead and run this piece through with the cut and emboss, and then I'm going to run this piece through with my basic white, this piece right here. So let me cut that so I can run them out both at the same time. And then I'll be right back and I'm going to show you how I get the little ruffle around it. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back with that. Okay, so now I have this piece here, which it has to be open to be able to have a window in there, but you don't need to put a window if you don't want. You can just set it on there. But this cuts out the oval for the window. But I mean, you can just set that on there and just put your sentiment on here and put the bunny on if you want. But this is where you need this other oval, because you're going to set this on top here and it will cut out perfectly that little oval on the inside. So I'm going to put those like that. I'm going to run this through and then I'll show you what we got. Okay, so now I have an extra Easter egg I could use and I have this little frame. So this is going to go around here like that. So I'm going to grab my wet glue. This is much easier. Let's see if I can get this working for all of these. It's coming out, but it's coming out really like it's clogged again. And I don't know if I need to order some more of these little nozzles or if I even can. I need to check into that. And then just going to place this on here, and if it's perfect, because we use that same oval for the hole, cutting the hole. Alright, so look how cute. Isn't that adorable? I love that little ruffle around it. You don't even have to do that, y'all. If you only have an oval, just use an oval for it, but it really does dress it up. Alright, I'm going to grab the window sheet. And again, I want to use my wet glue. And I'm going to put it
just around the edge here, pretty close to the edge. I like using wet glue for this because it dries clear. Then we're going to put our little window sheet on there. Get it off my fingers here. All right, so if you have any leaking through here, you can use a alcohol wipe and wipe it. I always do that if I see any fingerprints on it or whatever, because I don't like to see the fingerprints. All right, we're going to set these aside to dry, and I'll put these back so I don't lose them. And we're going to score our piece here, and it's very simple scoring. I'm going to score it on this side. So you're just going to score it at 1/2 on both ends on the 2.5 inch side. And I usually like to use this larger stylus on designer series paper so it doesn't tear it. So you're going to do it at 1/2 and at 2. And then we're going to turn this, and you're going to score it at 4.5 and 7.5. That's it. Okay, so we are just going to clip where these score lines are. I know it's hard to see on this paper, it's very busy, but just up to that first score mark. And I'm going to grab my bone folder, and we are going to just sharpen these edges here. And I'm not cutting into these, and there's a reason why. I like it straight. And I'm going to look here for a minute. For a minute it didn't look like a 1/2 inch, but it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is flatten this out. I'm going to get some of my CL Plus, and only on the edges of this middle piece, you're just going to put a little dab of the CL Plus on all 4 of these little ends. And this is going to keep your bag, so it'll keep your edges straight here. So you just line that up with the edge there. Do the same on all of these. And on this side as well. Make sure you line it up real straight because it's going to keep your bag straight. This one I got off, as I can see. Okay, there you go. That's much better. All right, you can use tear and tape at this point, or you can use the wet glue. I'm going to try again to use the wet glue. It's coming out a little bit better now. I'm going to put it all along the side here. So I'm just going to use my big bottle here. It's almost empty because I can't get the glue to come out. It's so frustrating. All right. I'll take it to the sink and do the same thing I did before to it. I'd flip this around and line it up really good on the bottom here and on the sides. Make sure this one's okay. Grab my bone folder. Again, I love this bone folder just for this reason, y'all. Look at that flat side. It's linked in the description. It's been a lifesaver for me. All right, let me grab that glue again. I should have just put my tear and tape on it, and then I wouldn't have been fooling with this glue. Don't get me wrong, I love, love, love that that glue gun. But gosh, I don't know. When I first got it, it never clogged up. So I don't know why all of a sudden it's starting to clog up more often. All right, I'm going to do the same on this side. Make sure it's all sealed down. All right, and it makes this so easy to just squeeze because of the designer series paper on the side. I'm going to grab one of my punches from the punch assortment, and we are going to make a little slit in the top of the bag here. And I'm going to use my pen. I'm going to hold it down here so I can mark where the other one needs to go. Punch there. And this makes it easy for our ribbon to slide through. And I'll go ahead and grab my ribbon, which I am using the peach pie. And actually, look how cute it looks on the inside with the designer series paper. So I'm going to just string this through. Oh, let's put some candy in here. I brought a bunch. Yeah, on here I use these large eggs, and I get these at Home Goods. I always get really cute candy there. And I use the big ones, but you can use like these pastel Reese's peanut butter cups. I'll put some of those in there. And I got some eggs as well. You can use the pastel Hershey's Kisses. And then we're going to seal it up. It'll hold a lot of candy. You can even put some grass in the bottom. It'd be cute. And we're going to tie a bow. Squeeze that together and then get your bow. It looks so cute, I think, at the top here. And actually did a pretty decent bow for the first go round. All right, I'm going to clip the end here. And then we're going to grab our sentiment and our little bunny. And we are going to pop him up with some dimensionals. So I'm going to add a couple dimensionals on here. And this one, we are going to go ahead and use some Seal Plus. And I am going to set that right here on the side. And then we're going to add this little bunny. He's so dang cute. Just right there. And there you go. It's really easy, y'all. It's really easy to make. And it's so cute. Isn't it adorable? I just love these. These will be so cute for your family, friends, co-workers. It would be really cute. It holds a lot of candy. Even your grandkids. Wouldn't that be so sweet? All right, everyone. I hope you all have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you place an order, I'd appreciate you using my host code. It's right there. And you can shop on my blog at stampingwithamore.com. Have a blessed day, everyone. I'll catch you in the next one. See you later. Bye.